Hello and welcome to my channel. Let me turn this line on the camera. It's freaking out. I'd just like to say that my knife collecting, I mean, a lot of people run into this. What you collect changes over time. Sometimes you get burnt out on a particular pattern. You've collected everything you want out of that, and you start looking for other ones. And in my case, what's different is fixed blade knives. I've always had a certain amount of fixed blade knives, and I usually haven't, explored that area of it. But last year, I started getting a lot more fixed blade knives, and I found them really useful. We don't think about it a lot, I think a lot of the knife community consists of people that are into folders of one type or another, flippers, or there are some that are into, everything, but a lot of them are just into one or two little niches, and they have other knives, but they're not into them, like they are the other aspect of it, like you may be into folders, but you may have one or two fixed blades that you use for certain things, other than kitchen knives, and that's about it. But there's a lot of advantages. I mean, the biggest disadvantage to a fixed blade is its size. A knife with a 3-inch blade like this, well, you got to take into account the handle. But that's also an advantage if you use it a lot, because there's no channel for the gunk to get in there. But this knife was sent to me by an anonymous donor, and I want to thank you for that. It's made, this company here, Varusteleka, it's in Finland, and you have to go down to like the menu and select tools, and when you do, you get to eventually knives, and this particular one is called Terävä Skrama 80, which 80 is, I think, the length of the blade. It's about 3¼ inches long or so, and they come in different sizes. There's like a 200 one on this one. See, there's bigger, and they give you different options, when you get. That's why the price varies on it. And it's a general purpose knife with a sheep's foot blade. It has kind of an swept to it, it's not just like a straight, like a worn clip or anything, like it's completely straight, flat edge. It has some curve to it. And here's the specifications of it. It weighs 4.1 ounces, 3.15 inches. I was looking at a ruler, and it looked like 3¼ but, or 80 millimeter long. And it says, it's very easy to take along whenever you might need it in the wilderness. It's good to carry a smaller knife for all those detailed tasks. It's also wise to carry a spare knife in case you lose your primary tool. This is perfect for opening packages, peeling oranges, whittling this and that, and any other common task at home. I wonder how many oranges you find out in the bush. I guess you carry them with you. And one of those, unless you're living in Florida, one of those could be nice in the toolbox in your car. The knife has a sheep foot blade profile. The spine is ground and beveled to strike sparks from a ferro rod. You will be thankful for that when you're, we can read all that other stuff. It's a full tang blade with textured over-molded rubber grips that isn't slippery even when wet. The tang comes out the back, forming a little knob with a hole for lanyards and such. And you can get it with a sheath or without a sheath. The leather is designed with practicality in mind. It's made of 2 millimeter thick finish vegetable tanned leather. The stitching is further reinforced with rivets. Inside there's a plastic liner. And then it says here that they don't, they don't raise their animals for leather production. I mean, it's a byproduct of the cow and meat industry, milk and meat industry. So that's kind of cool. And then it says here about the steel, 80CRV2. I started looking this steel up a little bit. I watched Smoky Mountain Knife Works one about it, video about it and stuff like that. And this is kind of interesting here. The heat treatment we use leaves the surface of steel softer than the inside. This actually functions a lot like a fancy differential heat treatment, making the knife very tough. As the surface is softer, any microscopic fractures or unevenness in the steel will not cause problems like they would if the steel was hardened all the way through. The end result is virtually zero problems caused by material defects. The heat treatment and the softer surface are also why we added bevells to the spine. A simple polished spine was not enough for use with ferro rods, but with these little bevells that uncover the inner hardened steel, we get a spine that strikes ferro rods really well. So yeah, that's what that says about that. Now, this thing came in a huge box, and I almost didn't get it, and I'll tell you why. I ordered some more stickers from Sticker Mule because I was running out, and they're basically just the same sticker, that I had before. And I was tracking it. It was being sent by UPS. I've got complaints with UPS. They don't look at where they're delivering stuff to. I mean, you would think that would be one of your main functions, right, is to get the address correct. But they just come close a lot of times. I found UPS misdeliver stuff more than any other mail service. But I was tracking that sticker order, and it said it had been delivered. I opened my door, and there was nothing there. Well, of course, when I opened the door, a cat comes running up, thinking it's feeding time. And so I get his food and put it out there, and I start looking for my package, and I go downstairs, and sure enough, it was downstairs, my package, and there was another package sitting with it. And I look at them, both of them got my name on it and my apartment number, so I pick them up and take them up there. And this was the second one. Now, what happens if your mail is misdelivered? Well, the person that opened, the Williams Knife Life one, that's not going to do them any good. But this might. So it depends on the honesty of your neighbors. And I've just got new neighbors downstairs. I don't know how trustworthy they are. So yeah, like I said, I almost didn't get this because then I didn't even know who had sent it. So I wasn't going to be able to, contact anybody. I figured it out basically, but it'll remain anonymous because it was sent anonymously. But yeah, so this is a cool little knife. Like I said, the sheath is very good leather. Now these are carbon steel type of knives. They use this type of steel in a lot of choppers because it's tough after heat treatment. A lot of times when you heat treat a knife, it loses its toughness. It'll have strong edge retention, but it'll be a little bit more brittle. This type of steel retains its toughness after heat treatment. So it's a very nice, like I said, it's got a little upswept curve to it there, but it's just a great little knife here. I got rid of most of the paper that was lying around here. Hold on a second. I mean, it comes very sharp. It's like a Scandi, like flat grind, which is like a little micro bevel on the edge. I mean, but it just goes through stuff. Yeah, I didn't cut that because I was going that way. But yeah, it's just, they've always been. This is out of the box. I haven't sharpened it or anything. pretty handy little size. Now this has got a little indent right here for your hand when your thumb to rest. Little finger. Can't even identify my finger. What are you? I'm the little finger. All right. I'm tired of being called little. Shut up. Look, you're actually about the same size as the index finger, so at least optically right here. Yeah, these are great. These are great little knives. Now this one comes with the sheath that you can snap. You don't really. I've never needed to snap these all the way together. I mean, that would completely retain it, but it's in there very positive. I mean, it holds it very well. This is the Puko that they make. I think this one's 110 millimeter long. They are carbon steel, so they can rust if you don't take care of them and stuff. But you know, just don't put your knife up wet and oil it, or put a patina on it if you want. But I mean, these come highly, almost like chrome. It's so highly polished right here, and that'll take a while to corrode usually, but you don't rely on just that. But yeah, this is a great little knife. This company is a good company. Also, like I said, they have all different kinds of knives and stuff. You get back there. This thing's so slow, it doesn't know what it's doing. You can get this cheese, you know, different individually. The Skrama is kind of like a sax, an Anglo-Saxon sax type of knife. These are, I guess, out of it. But yeah, so thank you, Anonymous, again. And I said these are excellent little knives and very durable sheaths. And oh yeah, they smell like leather too. It's not any weird chemical smell. This one came with a dangler, you know, because it's a bigger knife. But yeah, let me show you it compared to the SE3 in size. So there's the SE3. A little bit bigger in the handle on the SE3. The cutting edge is almost the same. That one goes down and that one goes up. Of course, the SE3 is a thinner handle here, and this one's got, like I said, a palm swell and a little indent in there. Very comfortable in hand. Of course, this is a, you know, full flat groin, and then you've got a Scandi type of thing here. See if my SE's still sharp. I carried this thing on me for almost a month, every day using it. It's all right. It needs some improvement on its edge here. Give a good. Yeah, it's got some drags. Of course, this is just paper. I mean, depends on what you're cutting. I was thinking about that, and you know, when I was using this one every day, most I was cutting was paper. Even if you cut cardboard boxes, a lot of times you're just cutting the tape. You're not even cutting cardboard. So your edge retention isn't necessarily everything on a knife. You know, ease of sharpening and heat treatment and all that other stuff has a lot to do with it. But yeah, this is a pretty good. It's a little bit more compact, like I said, than the SE, and this one, of course, rides on a belt loop instead of a cross draw. But yeah, excellent little knife, and that's about all I've got on that one right there. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.